Guys, it's Jim here, and when I first did a review of this guitar, the PRS S2 single cut, I loved every single thing about it, except the pickups. And well, I threw in some new pickups, and this is a whole different guitar now. But before I tell you about why I chose the Lindy Fralin Pure PAF pickups and what I love about them, I'm going to let you hear for yourself. These next clips are going to be of the stock pickups versus the Fralins. And just a reminder, if you like the content on this channel and wish to see me do more of it, please hit the subscribe button. It lets me know that you guys are into this kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's see the comparison. Just for clarity's sake here, the signal chain that I used was I went right from the McCarty straight into the OR15 head. I had the Helix running a reverb on the cleans through the effects loop of the amp, right into the Torpedo Captor 8, into the Audient interface, and that's it. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. Before I switched the pickups on this guitar, I had intended on putting 5708s in. They were in my possession. But the day before I was supposed to be doing that, that showed up in the mail. So since I was going to have to set the guitar up and put on strings I really liked anyways, I threw the 5708s in that, and I really, really liked them. We're going to be doing a demo later on, probably in the middle of next week, where I'm going to compare the 5708s with these Fralins. But, like I did say, I wanted to switch the pickups on these anyways. So I found a really good deal. I don't know how I do this sometimes, guys. I just spend too much time looking around. But I got these well under list price, these Lindy Fralin Pure PAF pickups, brand new, and they were to me in 2 days flat. And I put those in. I've been playing it for about, I don't know, 5 days now. My God. I like the 5708s, and I don't have anything bad to say about them. And compared to the stock pickups, they are a huge improvement. But this guitar, I dare say it might be my favorite one now. I think the best way to sum up how I felt when I first plugged this guitar into the orange and really cranked it in the room, it felt like a blanket was removed from the guitar. The clarity is just phenomenal compared to the regular S2 pickups. And in the box, once you start adding in effects, whether it's through the effects loop or in Pro Tools or something, whatever DAW you're using, you can kind of, obviously alter the core tones here. But in the room, guys, it is night and day. This guitar sings. And now, I feel like if this had a trem, it could do literally anything. It's just that good. The build quality on these S2s, I've praised them since the first moment I got this. I think it's fantastic. I had no complaints about anything like that. And just with the pickup upgrade, this guitar, I will put it up against almost anything, quite frankly. I even favorably would rank it against the 339, if I'm being honest. And I thought at first it was kind of a placebo. I would give it a few days. And today I did have some time, and I was playing them back and forth. I was kind of having a rotating circle. I was going from the CE24 to the double cut McCarty to the 339 to this. And all of them are very strong at a lot of things. They're all fantastic guitars. But this one now, I think the coil splitting on this is even better than on the CE24. And I've said a few times before, I think the CE24 has the best that I've had up until this point. But these Fralin pickups, my God, I don't know how they do it. I don't know what's done differently. I'm just a normal pleb as far as knowing basically next to nothing about how this stuff works. But it works. It just works. This is to die for now. And I think the best example of kind of the transparency and the clarity upgrade is when you do have more gain on it. It's more obvious so in that scenario to me, because you expect to hear it on cleans. On the cleans, you can kind of hear when it's muddy. On like a kind of cheaper made pickup, like one that came stock in this, I mean, it was from the SE lines, the same ones come in that. I had the same complaint. But even on the Harley Benton, those Roswell pickups, those ones also, they just have like a certain darkness to them, a certain like flatness. These just feel so round and so transparent, clean. But like I was saying, once I get it on the gain, man, jeez, like the note definition and the separation, even when it's about 3 o'clock on an orange, and if you've played an orange amp, you know that's really kind of starting to get into the over-the-top territory. It still remains just very clear and very definitive. If you're picking clean and you're not making a lot of mistakes and having your notes ring open, the definition is so noticeable that it's remarkable. And these are just stellar pickups. And sometimes with guitars, even guitars I love, I still think about things I can change, things I can modify, things I can do to make the guitar better. With this one, I only ever thought that it really needed the pickups. And even now, I can't see a scenario where I would want to replace anything else on this guitar. It's done. For all intents and purposes, it's done. Whereas on the 339, I'm starting to think it's going to need a new nut cut for it. I don't love the tuners that come stock on it, and I'm debating even the pickups on it, because I do like the idea of having the push-pulls on it. And maybe I was thinking of doing a set of Fralins maybe a little bit hotter in the 339 actually, to kind of complement this guy. But it's just more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. And it's nice when you have a guitar that's so stable, because I've said this to death and you're probably sick of hearing it, but in case you don't watch my other videos, these guitars, tuning stability wise, are so good. Don't listen to what you read about it doesn't come with the locking tuners, or they think that the nut is not have a high quality, or the bridge or whatever. It's all hearsay. And a lot of the times I feel like it's people that don't actually play these guitars, or don't own these guitars rather. It might be somebody that had played a model in a Guitar Center or something like that. But between the two S2s, actually the three, because I had the pink one, I never, ever have problems keeping these things in tune, and I can wail on them. They're such reliable instruments. They're really just like refined Les Pauls. And one thing that I've really learned from having this for as long as I've had this. If you're in the market for a Les Paul and you really want that Gibson sound, this isn't it. It's just not. This really is its own thing. It's so much more like refined. Like this is like a perfected theory model of a Les Paul, of what, you know, Paul obviously would wanted to have, and he did such a good job doing it and making it his own. And you can get that really chunky stuff and, you know, big sounding riffs and whatnot, but this guitar really is its own kind. And I think that one mistake a lot of people make, and they write this guitar off, they say, oh, that's just trying to be a Les Paul. No, it's not. It's not trying to do anything. It is a McCarty, and it is a single cut, and it's fantastic. And you'll have to forgive me for gushing so hard over this guitar now. I really just, I knew it needed pickups, but I didn't know that it was gonna be this big of a jump as far as how dear I would have it now. I have absolutely no complaints. This guitar is perfect. I love it. But that's gonna be where I'm gonna leave you guys today. I am gonna go back, I'm gonna play this guitar more. I have not been feeling great lately. I feel a bit better now, and I want to play. It makes me really just want to sit and play it. So if you like what I'm doing, please leave me a like. I really do appreciate that. Leave me a comment. Let me know what pickups you have put into your S2 PRS guitar. Doesn't matter which make it is. Curious to know that kind of stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow for another guitar related video. Take care, you guys.